Man, if Charlotte had a web and James had a giant peach, then it must be somewhere out there in this world that's made for me like make-believe, where my worries in the breeze, where there's no such thing as...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is JD, senior editor of Music as a Weapon. I'm here with my man DAMO here.
What it do?
And if you're from the DMV, you've probably seen this man in Pure Lounge, hosted by Orville the Poet, every first Wednesday of the month.
Yeah, every first Wednesday of the month. Yeah, it's lit in there.
And this is my first seeing this man. He was actually the end of a featured artist. And we usually like shut down. You see me there, we shut down the cameras and put everything away. But this man came out there and he gave it his all, like to the point where I had to run back in my actual bag, get the camera back out, to film this dude. Like, ladies and gentlemen, this is the word bully. 1/3 of Gold Soul.
Yeah,
my man.
Gold Soul. Go. Shout out to the squad. And 1/3 of Gold Soul. I go by the wordplay bully, you know what I'm saying? Simply DAMO. I don't have like an intricate rap name or a different persona. I'm just myself for real.
Alright, cool. So we can start from the very beginning here. You started off, like, well, when I seen you, you was actually a spoken word person.
Yeah.
But to the world, you actually present yourself as an MC.
Yeah.
Right. So what motivated you to actually go from MCing to just spoken word?
Well, I started off as a poet. I started writing lyrics and stuff like that probably in like the 6th grade.
Right.
And it really didn't, manifest into anything. But I stepped away from music. Always had a passion for it, but when I stepped away from it, I always promised myself that I would come back to it one day. Mm-hmm. And when I did, and I finally felt like I had something I needed to share, I needed to get out, it felt like going home to start with the, open mic circus.
Right. So like in the near future, would you gravitate towards more spoken word, or would you continue on with the culture MCing?
I think a healthy mix of both, because honestly I get inspired, when I go out and I do my open mics and stuff like that, and I bump up against other wordsmiths, and I can feel some of their pain and get a small window into their trials and tribulations, and to kind of lead to different point of views that I didn't have beforehand. So and I don't think I would get that simply just MCing. You'll get that to a degree, but not as raw as it is from coming from like an open mic, when you have just, people up there, like you said, sharing their art and their heart through their art, giving their
Shout
art. Over there. That boy dope. I should check him out.
Like, you got a new project out.
Yeah.
Saying you work real hard.
Roll Up Red Cups.
Yes,
go check it out.
Yes, Rolls and Red Cups. He debuted that this year.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. Tell me, what was the process of you doing Roll Ups and Red Cups? What was even the motivation of you doing Roll Ups and Red Cups?
Well, the motivation for Roll Ups and Red Cups simply, I always, like I said, since at a young age, I always had an affinity for lyrics and writing raps and stuff like that. And it's one thing to be interested in the game, it's one thing to study the game, and it's one thing to really be in it.
Right.
And I always felt like to be in it, I would have to give an honest snapshot of myself for real. Like, nobody want to hear nothing fraudulent, nobody want to hear nothing that's already regurgitated. I can't make up a story, but I can give you, honesty and brutal honesty at that. And just hope that other people can relate to it, and I'm blessed in a way that a lot of people do. Right. So Roll Ups and Red Cups, when I'm going through trials and tribulations, people, you have like your set of friends and your niggas that that your day ones that's never going to change and whatnot, and you're blessed to have them. And if you're lucky enough, you'll find a girl to come into your life that'll really, stick around and want to be around. Mm-hmm. But all in all, a lot of times in my life when everything boiled down and it was bad, only thing that I had around me to help get through it, and I'm not promoting, addictions to cope with real life. That's a bad way to go about it. But only thing I had around me, like consistently when shit was like rock bottom, was Roll Ups and Red Cups.
Right. So on your actual project, you have one of my favorite records. There's a lot of records I do like, but one that stick out in particular is your Gina record. Right. So you want to explain, because Gina is an acronym for something. Right. So want to explain to the audience.
All right, cool. So Gina is an acronym. Pay attention. Ironic. But it stands for Give It No Attention. GINA. And basically, I was close with somebody, like a lot of people do, we go through the trail. And I learned about like a lot of different things about myself for real, throughout this certain relationship. And when it came to an end, it was just like, all right, I need to put a stamp, like an exclamation mark on it, like, you know what I'm saying? Music has always been my tool and my avenue to vent and to like get weight off my shoulders instead of going out, you know what I'm saying, punching somebody or actually shooting somebody or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I get my thoughts and whatever I'm going through out, you know what I'm saying, with my pen and pad. And so at the time, I just picked up, you know what I'm saying, this beat, and I was already going through something and it just meshed, it came together, it kind of like pulled itself out of me for real.
Right. So all of the '90s babies, you know Gina as Martin's girlfriend from the show Martin, and you actually got a couple of references at the beginning of it that actually okay, you know the actual like the voice and tone of Martin, like you remember that episode. So because you have actually a lot of like different references to like '90s stuff,
right?
But in particular, that one in particular, why Martin and Gina, like the acting?
Because coming up in the hood, everybody wanted Gina, son. Right? But what if I told you that Gina don't exist? That fairy tale idea of a woman is not factual. You have real beings and that you can connect with and make something real. But that ideal, that image, that facade of like this perfection is not real. No being is real. Only one person that I know of is perfect, and that's God.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it's just ripping off that mask and that I guess connotation with that name Gina. It was like, you know what I'm saying, that was the thing when I was coming up on the block, like around Gainesville, you know what I'm saying, niggas wanted a Gina, something light skinned, something funny, something real and consistent that'll hold you down. But this cookie cutter mold, it don't fit necessarily like what, a real counterpart for a good man, you know what I'm saying, may be.
Right, okay. That's actually a great answer. I didn't even think about it like that, like everybody. Yeah, and as a kid, you saw Gina as like, yeah, that's the girlfriend I want. So yeah, that's actually, as you said it, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Also, on your project, you have some visuals for a record you did, Make Believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, explain to the audience, like, what was that motivation and why did you choose to spin around? And if you haven't seen them, probably post it.
Make Believe, like the title of the mixtape is Roll Up Some Red Cups, right? Well, obviously it's alluding to getting hot, but the song Make Believe is like a play on that thought, but it's not really like about being high per se. It's about reaching a place, reaching a peace that's almost like too good to be true. Like you drew it up yourself, you know what I'm saying? As if it was made for you, like make believe, you know what I'm saying? And I just always through trials and tribulation, always told myself that no matter how bad today is, every day can't be today. So I knew that one day things would get better, and you know what I'm saying? It was just hopes and dreams and prayers and whatnot that one day I will reach a state of tranquility for real, because as I'm sure a lot of y'all already know, life has a lot of twists and turns.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's every time you first hear a record, you have in your head like, this is what I think this man was thinking. You know what I'm saying? This is what I think this man was thinking. But then, you come in here and you actually like let him tell his story. Now you go back to that record and you go into like, okay, now I definitely see what he's saying. So I do appreciate that, you came in here and just put it all on the line right there for that record. You actually, like I said in the beginning of the actual interview, you were 1/3 part of Gold Soul.
Yeah.
So explain what Gold Soul is, and in that group, it's a subgroup, Nuance. Explain how you met Nuance.
All right, so I met Nuance. They're my older brothers in my fraternity of Alpha Phi Alpha, and pretty much when I was in college, I would host open mics, and it was titled D-Frost. Shout out to all my frosters out there that came through. It was a successful event. And I was able to build such a rapport with them that they would come down every time I would have one of those events, and they would like smash it. Like people around campus would be asking about them for the rest of the semester. Like, when you gonna have another one? Where the guy with the beard? Where the short skinny one? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it always went. So I always knew that they had something special. So once I kind of like committed to really seeing the project as a whole, Roll Up Some Red Cups through, I knew that I had to reach out to them and somehow involve them and incorporate them. Right. And then from there, we did a song called Overdue. And from there, it just snowballed into so much more. We would travel and perform together. We went out Baltimore, killed it. Right. I'm saying we hit Pure. They had a Gold Soul Art Flow event, which was a success. We also did Flare Fest 2017 over in 34th of Minnesota. Shout out. It was love, you know what I'm saying? And we support one another. Like even though I stand alone as a solo artist and they are a group, all three of us together is like, I don't know, a force, my nigga.
Right.
Like I don't know how you gonna stop us.
So explain that energy. Explain like, you know, the process of you guys coming up with the concept for a record. Is it like, you know, who started off, then who comes in?
You see, Nuance, like they like methodical with their, you know what I'm saying, their regimen, as much how much time they put into it, where they gonna switch off with one another, the train of thoughts, and like they both balance each other out. When I came over there, I shared a couple tracks that I was working with before they were recorded for like, you know what I'm saying, other people to hear. They got their juices flowing for real, and I honestly just put on an instrumental for Overdue, and I spit like at the time what I thought was gonna be the verse of like the whole thing I was gonna spit, but like I spit like a verse, and Jock came in like right. I know G came in singing right after I was done rapping.
Okay.
I got goosebumps, dog. Like as soon as he's like hit the joint, it was right on key. And Jock came in afterwards or whatever, and it was a good vibe. So we gave it a little more time, refined it, went back and retweaked some things, and then went to Wreck the System out there with Lady J, and laid it down. And from there, it's just been going. Like when they got a show and I can make it, I'm there for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Allow me, if I may, to get a little dark on you for a second.
Sure.
You reference your dad a lot.
Yeah.
And if people don't know, you know, your dad passed away.
Yeah.
You said a lot in your rhymes. So how has that inspired you, you know, to move forward with your art?
Honestly, like my father was the type to tell me the truth no matter what. Like even if it was something that, you know, meant a lot to me, he never like took for granted what honesty meant, you know what I mean? So like, if I wasn't good, I can improve on it. But if I was good, and he said it, like, you know what I'm saying, I believed it.
Right.
And one thing that he always told me is like, you got a gift with this rapping stuff, you know what I mean? And my father was like, you know, my blueprint for real, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't perfect, he made mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, I was able to see him at his lowest points, and I was able to see him fall, like on his face, and then pick himself back up. Over and over and over, and to the untrained eye that looked like somebody who sucked at life.
Right.
But for somebody like me, that was all I ever needed to see, because now in his absence, all I know is how not to quit. You know what I'm saying? So when I rap, I talk about him a lot, but it's funny now because now he's passed. It seems like I'm talking about him because he's gone. But even when he was here, he was in my raps, like raps from back in like, I don't know, like 2000, 2009, like I was talking about him and like his influence, because I always knew it was something rare. Like even when he died, some of my niggas, they tried to console me and try to be there for me and whatnot, but they didn't personally understand my connection to my father, because I mean, I was blessed to have my father in my life. A lot of black men in our community, you know what I'm saying, can't say the same. So that's something that when I was going through, I kind of swallowed as like bittersweet. I was blessed to have a great dad, but also, you know what I'm saying, to one day become a great dad myself.
So you were born and raised in DMV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're a Redskin fan, of course.
For sure.
Like 2017, actually 2018. What's your prediction? Sign up. It's off the record. What's the record you see your boys going?
16 games out of 16 games.
Yeah.
We're gonna go 10-6, dog. We're gonna go 10-6.
10-6. Oh man, so you got a true Redskins fan.
Bro, but if you understand the struggles of a Redskins fan, so it be in your heart, dog. You gotta speak it into existence, boy. You gotta speak it, and that's the key, man.
Yeah, with Kirk Cousins don't want to be there, but
he don't. You know what I mean? He don't at all.
We'll see. It's not here yet. It's, you know, we got one more month to go, and we there. So anyway, we're going past sports, past DC sports. Let's talk about the hip hop scene and the atmosphere in DC. How do you feel about the DMV area as of now, 2017?
Like strictly about hip hop or not?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everybody following each other for real.
Okay.
I think people are like scared to be themselves, in the sense that like either they want to follow what worked for somebody else in hopes that it's gonna quickly lead to the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or they just scared of what people would think. But that's, you know what I'm saying, what attracts real people, you know what I'm saying? That you put your heart out there and you don't care.
Okay. Do you think that DC has an identity? Did we lose our voice? You know what I'm saying? Or is it, you know, are we going with the wave of, you know, today's hip hop? So this is what everybody else doing. What's what? We know, we remember like back in the day we had, you know, still got Go-Go, but it's not as big. We have Wale that's representing the city.
Right.
outside of Wale and Odyssey, shout out to Odyssey and Wale.
Yeah.
Where do you see us standing as? This is us. This is our day.
I mean, honestly, you know what I'm saying? The wave right now, it just seemed trap based and it seemed like trap blind for real. Like that's the only thing that's being perpetrated. Like that's the only means to talk about. Like I know people that's really out here struggling, you know what I'm saying, who have fucked up opportunities to do things the right way, so they can only do things the wrong way, and they hate those conditions in life. So when I hear everybody who, you know what I'm saying, is talking about I'm selling all these keys and doing all that, first of all, come on, bro.
Right. I always say
all these dead bodies,
entertainment.
All these dead bodies, they ghosts. They ghosts from power. Everybody's ghosts from power now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we had snatched attention. You know what I'm saying? When Shy, you know, followed the wave after Glizzy. I mean after Gleesh. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we can get back to it. I don't feel like it's lost. I'm not gonna say we lost our sound, but right now we not standing out. I'm gonna say that. Like, you know how like Atlanta had a shift? For a minute everybody was looking like DC was about to be a shift.
Right.
I don't feel like that tension is there anymore at all.
Okay. We have reached the final question.
Cool.
You know, so I asked everybody this, I'm asking you this. How are you using your music as a weapon?
They say the best way to ever, you know what I'm saying, prove to somebody who doubted you is to kill them with success. So I'm using the success of my music in the way that it's reaching people and the returns that I'm getting from it, and all the people that's reaching out like, damn dog, like I appreciate that. It's like a beacon for real for some people who come across it. I'm using it as a weapon that way to kill, you know what I'm saying, animosity, to kill negative energy, you know what I'm saying, to reload and replenish, you know what I'm saying, positive vibes.
That's dope, man. So once again, it's JD, Senior Editor of MAW. I'm here with DAMO.
DAMO, what it do?
And we out.
How hard would you go? How would you go? Everything you ever dreamed, standing on reach. If I want it, I'ma get it, watch them growing geek. Percy Miller, no limits, please tell me. How hard would you go? Now better yet, tell me honestly, could you keep it up? Could you get knocked down or keep reaching?